Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Brotherhood of Steels and Enclaves, and whoever else is watching. Tonight I'm gonna start a little bit of a mini-series here, because I'm going to do the, as you see, the X1 armor helmet. Because I'm not gonna do the whole armor, because it's gonna take a lot of time, but I will make the helmet and show you how to do it with stuff. Let's get going! So, to this build you will absolutely need one of these. And they cost like $15 on American Amazon. Which, because 51% of you who are watching this are American, I have seen on my statistics. So, this will be a very good buy. A good thing to buy, not a good buy. If that haven't synced in, the pun there, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to do a little bit of different thing. Due to the heads are quite big, the helmet, if you actually like analyze it, like if you're gonna see out something, like I take this thing here and I put this between my eyes, you can still see forward, but on they have this thing, and then it has a little bit extra, and then we have the eyepiece. So the eyes will be somewhere here, which will make it impossible to see. So that's why I'm going to adjust this by making the things in the middle smaller and actually push the eyes a little bit closer. So if it looks a bit weird, it's because I have no idea how the hell you're gonna see out of a helmet like this later. So now, let's keep going.
So we're going to start by taking some kind of plastic bottle there. I tried to find a plastic transparent egg now under Easter, which I didn't find. So we're going to have this kosa, which is a thing you go out and camping to drink from. It is a Swedish word for it. I don't know how to do the English word for it. But we are now going to draw out the mouth thingy on this, which looks something like that. In like Fallout 2 they're actually more pointy, but they look like that in the fourth one, which is the one I go for making, because I think the look is more refined. Anyway, and then we're gonna cut it in the middle and put it like that, and just gonna put it on some foam here to easily draw it out, and put a piece inside it like that, so it will, well, hold its shape. Now we're gonna glue this to the head. Like that, and this is also going to be a piece of a little bit of EVA foam, which we are going to put in there temporarily. Most of this thing are going to be stripped down later, but you will see what I mean here. And also we're going to glue this PVC smaller to larger pipe connectors, and Actimel, the most greatest thing ever, to do the little other things on the side here. Just going to cut them in an angle and try to, do it like that. And also going to do the opposite thing on the other side. And now we're going to attach clay here to it, and this will later be removed, so don't worry about anything. You will see what I'm doing here. Anyway, we're going to place the eyes here onto the clay, and you're going to look and try to, make it symmetrical. You can also measuring these things out in a way. And now we're going to take this thing like that. I'm not going to show you how to smear on clay, because, well, that is not very hard to do, and also it takes a little bit of skill, so you will be patient with that, and you see it will be very good like that. You see, now we're starting to actually look like the X1 helmet here. And also keep in mind that all of small details you don't have to worry about, because this is going to be like not cast. It's going to be in glass fiber, and also you can also do the other materials that I use on my diving helmet tutorial, which you can check out, which is basically like glue and fabric. And you see, I'm just going to try to flatten things out here, and now I realize that the whole head is I put these things way back, so we're gonna push it forward a bit so it looks better, like it actually do in the game. You see, like that. And now you'll see the difference here when I turn this around. It still looks good, but one looks better than the other, and also it will be much better for your face, due to you will have more space to fit your face into. Also keep in mind that I did fuck up a little later on, which we'll see in part 2. So all this sculpting will be like properly measuring your head, so you will fit it inside it. This will also be extended back way more than it is. Like you see now I'm doing here, that I've actually like stopped the sculpt when the head is stopping, but it has to be much larger than your actual head. And you see, this is a technique to actually flat things out on bigger surfaces, just smashing it with a stick. And here's also a part I did, which I have to redo later, but you see I do the hole for it there. But then I realized that I'm going to have to drill holes anyway, so just make it flat. And you see now I put a little bit more clay on to just, fill in the gaps there, because the whole thing has to be in clay, because it will be very difficult to remove otherwise. And now you see how it does online, and I cover the whole thing. And keep in mind, I have to redo this later on in the part 2. You will see what I mean when that comes out, which will come out in a few hours after this has been uploaded. And you see now I'm going to remove all the things there and replace them with more clay inside it, and also adjust a little smaller difficulty. And now it looks like some kind of like villain from some Japanese TV show at the moment. And you see I'm explaining here to you, which I'm talking over, that I just filled in all the little gaps and flattening things out. And we're gonna keep all these things here that you see, except for that part, which I'm gonna take out and replace with clay again. And now you think why I do this? Because, well, it's going to be easier to understand what it's going to look like, and also have some points of reference. So now we're going to tape up the eyes with tape. And now we're going to do this to catch the resin, glass fiber thingy. And polyester resin, that's the... No, yes, polyester. It is polyester, I know that. Whatever. Like that. So you see how little skirt there also will be easier to remove. And now we are in my shed, and now we're going to put Vaseline on all this and grease it up very, very, very well, because the small details are not important that we are doing now, because that is not that kind of technique we are using here. You see, a lot of grease. Now I'm gonna put on a gas mask, because glass fiber is very, very fucking toxic. It smells like you're going to die, so it probably is very toxic. Read on the box on the chemicals to see what they do, because some chemicals are incredibly poisonous and doesn't smell. That's the very scary part of them, like this construction filling foams, which some people are using, which is like super duper toxic. And if you ask a carpenter, they will say like, oh yeah, that's deadly almost. Anyway, so I'm going to prepare by doing a lot of like fiber here, and now we're going to mix up the resin. And it smells really, really, really bad, these things. And also you can read on it on the box. I will say that there are better materials to use, but I'm living in Sweden, which everything is crazy expensive. So this is most money efficient material that I can think about. In Britain this is actually 10 times cheaper, and I cannot import it from there, which is kind of sad, due to I want to build really, really large things sometimes. Anyway, so now we go into mix this up, and you just read on the box and it will say how you should do it. So, you see, now we're just gonna smear these things on with the glass fiber and try to like do the eyes and the little cheeks because that's the things that are gonna be exposed after this to make them very, very good. I also cocked up this thing in the back, which you will see in part 2 also. But you see, it's just gonna smear this on to make it stay there. So, and this will take like all night, so I will not watch this while it is drying. And also after I did this, I had to like wash all my clothes because I accidentally spilled something on me and I was smelling really, really, really bad. So glass fiber is nasty, nasty, nasty things. Yes, so you see, we have these evil villain things are now lying here. So see you back in part 2.
I spilled some epoxy resin on my foot and it kind of stuck together with my sock there. So yeah, you see why you should be well protected for this.